Hey guys, what's going on? It is Chris here. We are looking ahead to Wednesday, November 27th. We have a massive 14 game slate to look at. I didn't do projections because that would take me over 5 to 6 hours. So, yeah, just going to go briefly over some guys that we're liking here. Well, I guess we're going to go over all the games, but quickly go through it. So, anyway, hopefully, you guys did good on that two gamer. I was having a lot of power outages over here in Oregon. We had a ton of snow and rain and wind. We had over 85 to 90-mile-an-hour wind gust over here, so power got knocked out for 12 hours. So, yeah, that's why I didn't do a video yesterday. Plus, yeah, no power. So, it was another W for us. It was a two gamer, so I didn't play it all. I put in $64 worth of double ups, won 128. So, as you see here, this is just showing you the lineup. I'm going to start doing that when we do win. Show you guys the recap of the lineup because I used to do that. So anyway, it was a 255.1. It did win, and I think most tournaments as well. I did check the monster, and it won in the monster. So I think it won for the most part. We are now 9 out of our last 11 on Fanduel, so we're definitely kicking pretty good. So yeah, really low scoring night last night. Anyway, went Luca here. I get it, not the best matchup, but he did okay. I mean, all these guys for the most part kind of sucked. 42 for Donjic. Murray 28, Beal sucks. Harris 21, Barton did solid. Brown okay. Kleber just needed someone cheap. Grant that was going to get me 17, but he went off for 32, and then Bryant. So kind of faded the big boys and Paul George and Mr. Kawhi Leonard, but I still did okay. It was just a really bad slate, so I didn't bet much at all, but still came out with a W. So yeah, like I said, 9 out of our last 11. If you guys want to come join us, link in the description below. Well, I guess our website will be in the description, our comment section below. Just message us after you guys are done signing up on our Twitter to get all signed up and get you on Slack. Definitely would love to have you. Like I said, Black Friday is just a couple days away. Why not come get some extra money for the holidays? And yeah, so that is mostly it. And like I said, if you guys are signing up, and you do play our lineups, don't play 100% tournaments. You will lose. Balance it out. Maybe go 70-30 on cash to tournaments. Just because if you do lose your butt on tournaments, hopefully cash games will help you back. Because if you just keep playing the tournaments, you will lose your money and you're going to have no bankroll left and you'll be out of DFS. So, yeah, you got to play it smart. You got to know where to enter. If you guys need help entering, hey, where do I enter? Is this good to enter? Is this good to enter? Like I said, message me on Twitter, and I'll talk to you guys which contests are good to enter. Like triple ups, stuff like that. They look good on paper, but they're only like 11%. 11% of the people win, so it's way worse than like a monster, which is 20%. So definitely figuring out where to play is the key. So anyway, yeah, let's get into it. Massive 14 gamer. We have some crazy high totals out there. So we got Brooklyn and Boston, 225 in Boston by 6. Looks like Kemba Walker is going to be out is going to be back, and for some weird reason, obviously that changes some stuff up. Smart could be out, so Wanamaker could be half decent. He sucked last time out, but Brooklyn is not a good defense. I'm not really too into Walker. Might get you 35 maybe. Dinwiddie price is going up. I think maybe 35, 36. Probably not going to play him. Brown, half decent option. Prince, GPP only. I could see Boston blowing him out, so I'm a little worried about picking so many people in this one. If Jordan's out, I don't mind Jared Allen. I think he'll be very popular. Not the best matchup, but I could see 30 to 35 for him. And Daniel Theis is out already, so Enes Kanter should be a cashy play. Robert Williams is a lot cheaper. Doesn't play as much minutes. I guess he only played 2 or 3 less, but not as flashy. Definitely relies on his blocks. So Kanter for sure, the cashy play. Williams might get you 20, 22 if you desperately need somebody. But there's a lot of value out there, so I don't know how much you really need him. So from this game, I'm looking at probably Enes Kanter and maybe 1 or 2 shares of Allen if Jordan's out. Not the greatest matchup for him, but I think I could maybe put 1 or 2 shares of him. And if Smart is out, I guess that helps out Brown and maybe a little bit of Wanamaker and Waters. But I don't know. I'm not really feeling that way. So there's a couple from that one. It is a 225, so definitely maybe 1, maybe 2 from that game and move on. Detroit and Charlotte in this one. Straight up, I don't think I have anybody from this one. I do like these two here, Brown and Langston Galloway. $4,900 for Brown. Charlotte really does suck on defense. 37, 24, and 24 in his last three games. So, yeah, he's not looking bad. I think he's safer than Galloway. If you need an extra couple $100, probably go Galloway, but he's always up and down. Dude plays monster minutes, so that's always a good thing there. But, yeah, Brown's kind of more your all-around player there. And I honestly think that's mostly it. If Zeller is out, I don't mind some Bismack Biyombo. Um, he's not going to play the biggest minutes out there, but he always has a couple block upsides. So GPP play might get you 21, 22 if Cody Zeller is out. So I guess Zeller and, sorry, my bad, Biyombo and Mr. Where is he at? And Brown and maybe a little bit of the Galloway in this one. So I'd probably go Brown, Brown, Biyombo, and then Langston Galloway as my top three in that one. This game here is not that great, 203, but there's a lot of good value out there. If Love is out, I like Clarkson again. Marquez Fultz has been playing some pretty good ball and kind of speeding up a little bit. Orlando's pace here is going up a little bit, so I don't mind Fultz. I mean, Osman is in a half-decent spot as well. Larry Nance in a good spot if Love is out. Also, I don't mind Bamba. I mean, there's a couple good plays in here. The total just really scares me a little bit, but it could run a little high. Bamba, his minutes are going up a couple. Like I said, you're relying on these 20 minutes here. He's a big defensive guy, always has been. So, yeah, I mean, there's a couple good plays in here. Bamba, solid option. Larry Nance, Osman, Clarkson. Like I said, I wouldn't recommend putting all of them in there. Maybe one, maybe two at max. But one of these guys are probably going to flop on you, so hopefully you just don't pick the wrong one. Utah and Indy, I really don't have anyone from that game. The only one is probably Bradley. We should get word on Rudy Gobert. So, yeah, if Rudy's out, I don't mind Bradley. And then maybe one share of Mitchell's just to have him in there. Maybe Sabonis or Turner, but I don't know. It's a 205. I'm not really feeling it. Sacramento and Philly, this should be a blowout. Simmons, okay option. Joseph, maybe 21, 22, but price is up there. Richardson, I think this guy goes under owned, but man, he's been pretty good, man. $6,500, 42 and 35 in his last two. Usage rate is looking pretty solid. I don't mind him. 32 and 25 real points. Dude's definitely feeling it. So I think Richardson could go under owned and actually one of my top plays on the slate in GPPs. And that's mostly it. Embiid's been trash. Didn't even make a field goal last time out. New York and Toronto at 210. Same guys in this one for me. Maybe one or two shares of Powell, Fred VanVleet. RJ Barrett is questionable, and I think Kevin Knox is out. So if they're out, Dotson, Ellington, they might have to play a couple more minutes. Maybe Dotson in a crazy GPP, but they usually just share minutes over there. And I think that's mostly it. Maybe RSJ in a GPP, but not really feeling that game since it's a 2-10 and a 10 spread. Miami and Houston, this one could be out of hand or it could be a good solid game here. Definitely a pace-up spot here for Miami. Don't mind none. GPP only. Dragic, okay option. I do like Jimmy Butler. Price did go down a little bit. He has been struggling, but I think he could rebound for about 42 to 43 in this one here. Tyler Hero, solid option off the bench against Houston. Think he can get you 24 to 25 in this one. Let's see who else are we looking at. Bam, maybe if Capella is out, maybe a couple more shares of maybe one share of Tucker. House might play a couple more minutes there. So that's kind of what we're looking at. And then obviously you got James Harden, solid option as normal. I don't know. I think Harden goes under owned. So if you're going GPP, I'd probably put him in there because obviously one of the games we're going to talk about coming up. Clippers and Memphis, I would not be surprised if Kawhi or Paul George or both of them sits in this one. It is a back-to-back for the Clippers, and they're facing Memphis. Not really a competitive team, so I wouldn't be surprised if Doc says take a day off. They've played a game on the 20th, 22nd, 24th, 26th, and the 27th. So they've played a lot of games in the last about week here. So I wouldn't be surprised if if one of these guys takes a day off, or both of them. And if one of them takes a day off, I think Harrell gets an extra little boost. Obviously, Lou Williams gets a boost. Beverly GPP boost. So yeah, don't mind a couple of those guys. Jay Morant, I haven't looked at his injury news. It's being listed as questionable. So obviously, if he's out, Tyus Jones is a solid option, and don't mind Dylan Brooks as well if Jay Morant is out. So in this one here, yeah, like I said, depending on the news with Clippers, Lou Williams, Harrell, Beverly GPP, and if Morant is out, definitely Tyus Jones should become pretty chalky. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. Atlanta, Milwaukee at 239.5. Milwaukee by 14. Should be a blowout. Young, I think Young's going to play, right? It's probable. An okay option. He only had 47 last time out. They did keep up with him pretty well. You can definitely consider him. Let me see here. Middleton should be back, so that might hurt Bledsoe a little bit. Let me see. Hurts Dante there. Don't mind. Oh man, wow, they got a lot of injuries here. Yeah, Hunter Reddish. I didn't look at their injury news. I do apologize, but if any of them are out, and maybe Bembry's out as well, Alan Crabb should get a little bit of boost. Had 19 in his last time out in 23 minutes. He's not really an offensive player, but if one or two of those guys are out, you can look at him for sure. Giannis is Giannis, solid option. He probably only played 3/4 though. That's mostly it. So I guess consider Giannis and Trae Young, and depending on what's going on with Bembry and Hunter and Reddish, maybe Alan Crabb. But I don't know if you really want to mess with that too much. All right, moving on. We got Minnesota and San Antonio, 229 and San Antonio by 2. So something different. This season, San Antonio is playing in a lot of high scoring games. That's because their defense really sucks this year. So that's always a good little boost. Usually it was San Antonio 205, 206 total, kind of like Utah every single night. It's kind of annoying, but finally, get to play a couple San Antonio guys here. He came off the bench, which was really interesting to me. Still only had 27, but it was just weird that he came off the bench here. I don't mind DeMar DeRozan in this situation, half decent option. Culver, GPP, Rudy Gay, maybe 24, 25. Aldridge, I think he could get you 34 to 36 in this one. He's been half decent in his last 2 games. Usage rate has gone up quite a bit, so maybe he's feeling it. So don't mind Aldridge at a really respectable $7,500. And maybe Jacob Portal, but he's $4,900. He's only going to get you 21 to 23. Not really feeling Towns here tonight. Phoenix and Washington, a 242 total. Wow. And an 8 spread. This is a back-to-back for Washington, but for the most part, they got some pretty young guys over there, so I think they should be ready for this one. Rubio should be back, so that helps out the ball movement a little bit there for Phoenix. Beal, I get it. He's been terrible, but I think this could be a good spot for him. Booker, another one of those guys. He's either going to do good or really suck. He's not going to be handling the ball as much here. Maybe that helps him. I'm not sure. Jordan McRae, I think, is another solid option. Actually, one of the top options on the slate. Very solid here. I guess I do apologize. I know this is really random. I said I didn't do a video yesterday, but I did do a video. I apologize for that. But some of you guys are probably, dude, you did a video yesterday. My bad. I just thought of that. Anyway, moving on. I don't mind Kelly Oubre here. Maybe 33, 34, 6,900. That's pretty solid for him. I like it. I like it for sure. Bertans, oh man, 6K. I think can get you 25 to 27. Dario, I actually like him here. And Bryant, not bad. Wagner, solid GPP play. So basically, 4 or 5 guys from this one in cash games, and you're looking pretty good. I mean, it's a 242 total. Pretty hard to go wrong there. All right, the big one, LA and New Orleans. AD is going to get booed like no other here. Maybe even worse than Porzingis got booed a couple weeks ago in New York. I mean, it's just going to be crazy. I mean, I think AD, he's going to be solid. I really do. He's going to get you 55 to 60, maybe 62 in this one. New Orleans really does suck for sure. One guy I think that could be half decent here is Ingram. I get it. Lakers have a really good defense, but he's playing his whole team. He's got a little bit of swagger going on. I don't mind Ingram. I think this could be good here. Yeah, I don't know how many Pelicans the guys I want because man, Lakers defense is nothing to joke about. I mean, you could maybe do revenge with Ball and guys like that, but I'm looking at Ingram, James, and I think Mr. AD, and I think that's mostly it for me in this one. Yeah, I think those are the three I'm really looking at. Should be a good one. Interested to see how his day goes. Portland, OKC, 220 and a 3 spread. Both these teams are kind of crap. Could be a lower scoring game here. Paul Worth is worth a look in at GPP. Shea, not bad. Schroeder gets a little bit of a boost with Diallo being out for a couple weeks. Carmelo, 5,800. Wow. I mean, he's been okay, but it's Carmelo. Yeah, I don't have too much exposure to this game. I think Hassan Whiteside, if he plays, could be an okay option. Probably more on DK. But like I said, if he randomly gets announced out here for some reason, just for rest purposes, I wouldn't be surprised if Scal goes off and has a good game here. Last but not least, Chicago, Chicago and Golden State, 216 and Chicago by 2 here. So don't know if Draymond is playing. If Draymond doesn't play, Bowman's solid option. If he does play, hurts him just a little bit. As we saw last time out, he was 8% owned in the tournament I was in, and he went off. He had 46 points here. So, yeah, if he starts, he's solid for sure. Kobe White, Satoransky, both these guys are GPP plays. White's usage rate's pretty good, but if his three-pointer is off, you're kind of screwed here. Levine worth a look in GPP just because he shoots 600 times for the most part. Had a bad one against Portland, but GPP only for me. I don't have too much, honestly, in this one. Burks, Robertson are worth a look. Marquise Chris, worth a look as well. If Green is out, I think actually a solid option for him. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. Don't mind a couple of them for sure in that one there. So let's try to go give you a couple core plays that I'm looking at. There's just so many games out there, man. There's just so many different combinations you can come up with. So that's kind of what we've got going on. We're definitely going to get him in there. We're going to go add in Mr. McRae. He's a solid option at only $3,700. He's been very, very productive. Who else have we got that I don't mind? Let me see here. Houston, Atlanta. Like I said, Beal and Booker, they're worth a look. They're both risky because they can suck. I don't mind Aldridge. I think he could have a good one. I think, and also at really low ownership. I don't know if you can get Ingram in there, but if you can with him, I think he could be a good spot. Another guy, you don't have to go both of these guys in your lineup, but I do like I mentioned earlier, Josh Richardson. Lower ownership for sure. And that's kind of what I'm looking at. Like I said, maybe one or two of these Orlando/Cleveland guys just to fill your lineup. Like I said, Clarkson, Marquez Fultz, Osman, a couple guys like that. But for the most part, it should be a stars and scrubs game day here. So cash line's going to be massive here tonight. So that's kind of what we're looking at. If I had to rank my stars, I guess probably AD, Harden, Giannis, James. Yeah, that's mostly it. Like I said, keep an eye on the LA Clippers side because I think something's up. I think one of those guys definitely may not play, and like I said, Lou and Harold definitely could come into play against Memphis. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. No video or no games tomorrow. It is Thanksgiving. Hope you guys all have a very good one. And also, if you guys are doing Black Friday, be safe out there. I know things get definitely a little crazy. So that is mostly it. If you guys want to come join us, $50 per month for FanDuel and $50 a month separately for DraftKings. To get in on it, check out our website in the comment section below. And also hit us up on Twitter if you guys have any questions or anything like that. So, like I said, hopefully you guys all have an amazing Thanksgiving. Enjoy it. And we'll see you guys here on Friday.